change your heart, change your life, change the planet.
The average amount of time you want to eat before a race is 3 hours. Some people 4. Some people don't eat at all before a race. I know elite athletes that will not eat anything before a race. What's that?
Yeah, I don't eat.
Yeah. So, but 3 hours, you don't want to eat any closer than 3 hours to the race. But if, say, the race is 6 hours away, you're going to want to eat something. And here's why. And this is why it's also important to eat some kind of breakfast before a big event. There are 2 places that our body stores sugar, glycogen. In our muscles and in our liver. Right? Now, when you hit the wall in a race, in a marathon, mile 18, mile 20, the wall, that's your muscles running out of sugar. Your muscles, depending on your genetics, you either have a 60-minute to a 120-minute supply of sugar in your muscles. So 1 to 2 hours. Most people are about 90 minutes, right in the middle. That's it. The person with the greatest glycogen capacity in the world has 2 hours worth of glycogen. That's it. That's a genetic freak, can hold 2 hours worth of sugar in their muscles. But your muscles don't share their sugar with your brain. Your brain also runs on sugar. So the muscles, once that sugar goes into the muscle, it stays in the muscle. It never comes out. So the brain also needs to be fed with sugar, and it gets its sugar from the liver. But the liver has a much, much, much smaller supply. So your breakfast is not about feeding your muscles. It's about feeding the liver. It's about making sure that your liver doesn't go. That's a bonk. Hitting the wall is when your legs just don't want to move anymore. You've run out of muscle sugar. But when your head starts to get swimmy, anybody been there? And you're like, oh, I'm lightheaded. That's your liver has run out of sugar. That's a bonk. That's different than hitting the wall. So if you're swimmy, liver gone. If you can't move your legs, muscle sugar gone. So since your muscles don't share their sugar, and since it takes a pretty high heart rate to get your muscles to burn sugar, your muscles are good. Your muscles don't need breakfast. They're stocked and ready to go. You either got an hour to 2 hours worth in there, depending on your genetics. But your liver can get used up pretty quickly, especially if you're under stress. If you're nervous, if you're producing adrenaline or cortisol, if you've got nerves before the race, if you're panicking, if you're in traffic and you're going to be late, and I don't know where I'm going to park, and where are my shoes, and where's my number? Where are my lucky socks? You're producing adrenaline and cortisol, and they eat through liver glycogen like that. So the reason you have breakfast is to make sure that your liver doesn't get emptied. And the reason you take sugar in the race is primarily to keep your liver going, not your muscles. Because the really long races, you're burning more fat than sugar anyway. But not your liver. Your brain requires sugar. Your brain doesn't work on fat unless you go into ketosis, the whole ketone paleo diet, but that's another issue. Otherwise, your brain's like, I want sugar. But the muscles at a low heart rate, 50K, your muscles are burning more fat than sugar. A lot more fat than sugar. Marathon, for most of you, your muscles are burning a lot more fat than sugar. So when you're stopping at the aid station, it's to feed your liver. So you don't need 500 calories. You just need enough to keep the liver going, enough to keep the brain going. So somebody says, oh, you burn 600 calories an hour running, so I need to replace 600 calories. No. You just need to replace what the brain used. The brain uses about 20% of your calories. So divide that by 5, what do you get? 120. So about 120 calories per hour is enough to feed your brain. I don't even want to do one. Nope, not feeling it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to do any. You can do them another day. It's okay. But how about this? How about we start the watch, we hit the lap button, and how about we start jogging and then just check in? We're going to jog. Even jogging up this hill is a serious workout. Most people can't run up this hill at a jog.